High ticket closer and you make less than $15,000 a month, you have zero excuses to why you don't watch this video in full, especially if you clicked on it because you want to get better at high ticket sales. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tristan Steckler. I've been doing high ticket for 4 years now. I've closed millions and I help people just like you take your skill set from where you're at to where you actually want to be. Watch the video in full, take notes, pen and paper, and I promise you if you implement what I teach, you will make more money. Enjoy. All right, call review time. Chris, is this the 4-hour long call?
This meeting is being recorded.
No, it's not.
I can see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you just yet.
Okay, hold on. Let me just settle down for a second.
Hit pause.
Yes, sir.
There's just logistics of her finding charger and sitting down, so probably go like a minute.
Okay.
Logistics.
Well,
Miami Heat. Let's go.
Between. Let's continue.
what's your phone on? Because Zoom does eat up a ton of battery.
Does it? Okay. If you don't mind, give me a second. I'm gonna go grab my my adapter. I'll be right back.
You're okay.
You're like, take me with you.
I don't want to say I'm a procrastinator, but I
Ooh, that was quick.
ETFs to try to grow my my net worth.
Okay, what can you tell me about this lady?
Procrastination, overweight.
Yes.
For the future. So that's the biggest goal for right now.
So
I
basically,
have this money.
retirement and have a investment strategy in place.
Yes.
And how long have you been looking and getting into these ETFs and getting going there?
I've been looking for the past 6 months, I want to say. I've been like, just researching and gathering information and like learning which vehicles are better, for less taxes.
Yeah.
What words are important?
Research.
Information gathering.
Yes, indeed.
We
Profit.
just light up.
And
Huh?
We just light this up. I don't even get into numbers. We just hammer this for an hour, then she closes.
As you should. Hats off to you, son.
In all of that research, has it just been sort of research, or have we actually taken it?
Dude, that was so funny last night when Brennan was blowing up the chat. I was like, is that within your budget? You going to get like Kroger, Chick-fil-A? So funny, dude.
So funny.
Any steps past research?
no. I'm still in the research phase. I don't want to say I'm a procrastinator, but I
Which means what?
You are.
I don't want to say, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
I don't want to identify as, even though I am.
typically try to look for perfection, so that often hinders me
Bro, she literally just laid it out on a silver platter for you right here.
and keeps me like,
The brother's got his bib on.
this is something that I should have done a year ago, but I'm still researching type of thing because
And,
like,
and can I offer you a perspective on that?
sure.
And look, like you're, it's normal to feel that way. I've done over 1,000 of these calls, and so you're in the right place. So
Okay.
with the research, do you know what's so dangerous about research mode?
No, tell me.
What some people do, Daphne, is in their research, they're looking for the perfect path or wanting all of the information before taking the step. However, what tends to happen is they think they're getting closer to their goals, but they're getting trapped in the research mode, and they put the research between themselves and getting to where they want to be. And so it makes them feel like they're getting closer to their goals, but they're actually not taking the step. It's like the person who
Exactly.
wants to start the business but waiting for the perfect everything, or the one
Exactly.
who doesn't quite know everything, but he takes the step anyway. So do you feel like that mindset has held you back from actually pushing past those?
Well, what's behind the research? Is it that you're looking for reassurance that you're making the right decision? Yes.
Yeah.
How do you know when you've actually made the right decision? See the questions there? Right? If they don't get it, then I'm like, you married? Yes. How did you know that your husband was the one? Or how can you know that your person is the one you're supposed to marry if you're not married yet? Same idea.
Those, like not knowing, what's going to happen.
Yes, that's
Good job though, Chris. You're on the right track.
exactly what it is.
Okay. And I mean, do you feel like if you continue down this path and never push past?
Yeah, you don't have to do that one. You just go straight into the belief. You don't have to do the like, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get there. Do you need to change? I would just go straight into the belief. Like, how do you know when you found the right?
Was that because of the hard yes that she gave me?
Yes, exactly. Exactly correct. She already understands that you're right and she's wrong.
She's already
So-
aware of it because she said it to you, which is good. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So just handle it. What is the concern? It's the fear of failure.
Pass research mode despite not knowing everything, that you'll ever really have a chance to get to the retirement and the investment plan that you want moving forward? Or do you definitely need to let go of that?
Because in her brain, think about it, like she's really sweet. But think about it. She got on the call saying, I need more information about this, and then I'll make a decision. So that's her way of thinking. So she could easily say, if she's the wrong type of prospect, she would say, well, yeah, that's why I'm on the call. Because she thinks her way of thinking is right. So instead, I just attack the way of thinking. I'm like, how do you know when you've made the right decision? Can you know you made the right decision if you don't make the decision? Right? If I want that to land, I'm like, how do I know whether or not the water's hot or cold if I don't stick my finger in there? The answer is you can't know. Right? And if I really wanted to go into it, I would say, so like the idea that you have to be certain that the decision you're making is the right decision, like where does that come from? Where does it come from? What has it cost you thinking that way? Right? Like being in paralysis. What's prevented you from overcoming that way of thinking? Right? Those are all questions you can ask.
Well, I feel that I would eventually do it. Probably not as fast as I should do it.
Okay.
And even how come not as fast? Because look at, for example, okay. I told Brennan that I have a substantial amount in my savings.
Mhm.
In a regular
Here is
bank,
250K.
exactly. Regular bank savings.
Now we've derailed from the important conversation. Do you see that? You didn't ask her how much she had in savings. It's easy to get lost now because you had her pinned and you were in the right little gap, but now we're talking about something else. So I hope you go back and overcome it, but just realize the objection was there and you didn't sit on it and overcome it quick enough.
Would you
If
say,
you're going
Tristan, that's
forward.
because her going to here is trying to push herself out from having that emotional conversation and get
Yeah.
to the logic of it?
Yeah, it's defensive. Yeah.
Savings. I know that it is accumulating 0.0000 whatever. It's negligible. It does nothing. I've been meaning to put it into a high yield savings for the past.
So once again, she's very aware. She's very aware, yet she hasn't taken the step. So we just want to get into the objection and remove it, and then she'll buy. That's all you're doing. So I'm glad you spent the whole call talking about this, because this was the objection that you would have gotten at the end.
3 years.
Past 3 years.
Yes. Like, I mean, it wasn't that amount, but at least at the amount that it was, I've been needing to put it, I procrastinate, I let it go. I try to find one that has a high yield, a good amount, in terms of percentage. And I let it go. I try to research the bank, like I'm a little risk averse, I guess is
So she's just feeding you the objections.
a good way of saying it.
I can tell.
You
And
see,
and with being risk averse, like, do you know who Warren Buffett is by chance?
of course.
Do you think that every single investment that he has ever made, he was fully confident that it was going to hit and knew exactly the outcome?
Okay, let me tweak this. Excellent job using the analogy. Do you know who Warren Buffett is? Yes. He's known for what? Investing? No, not known for investing. He's known for becoming a billionaire through his investments. Okay, that's important. Number one. So the question then becomes, if Warren Buffett had only ever made an investment when he was 100% certain that that investment would yield a return, would he have ever became a billionaire? Everyone says no. Right? That's the question. So for you, this mentality of I need to be 100% certain that the choice or the decision that I'm making is going to get me what I want, where does that come from? Where does it come from?
Yeah, that lands really well, actually. Just like, yeah.
Probably not. I mean, it
Probably not.
wouldn't
Or
make sense. Okay, so I would say probably not, but I would think maybe he has some idea being in his position,
Well, like before
but maybe
anybody
not.
knew it,
See how it doesn't land? The way I said it, it has to land. Because I do all the legwork for them. It's not up to their interpretation. The answer is no. So the better you communicate it, that's why, like, if you're going to use a word track, you have to do it right. If you don't do it right, then they're like, no, well, I think this about what you just said. I'm like, wow. Can I book on your calendar for you to tell me about how the world works?
like before anybody knew his name.
Oh, okay, probably, definitely not, definitely not, definitely.
And so I'm not trying to hit you over the head, Daphne, or anything like that, but so
Well, do you see what I'm getting at there? Like, what are your thoughts on what I just said? Like, make sure we're on the same page.
many people that we speak to, they're in this risk averse, wanting to like, hey, I just want you to know as well. Like I'm sorry to call by saying, oh, like you don't think it's procrastinating, but then you coughed it up and said you are procrastinating. And so
Yes.
what's prevented us from like taking the step?
There we go.
There you go.
There he goes.
Pushing
Like-
forward in the past.
Like out of what's prevented you from pushing past the procrastination and the and what we've been talking about?
I guess knowledge. I think knowledge
Uh,
is the biggest factor. I mean, besides my fear of maybe
ooh.
There it is.
There it is.
not making the right choices.
There it is. Okay.
There it is.
Boom. Right there.
So, what is the question, Christopher Scowen? So, she says her fear is whether or not she's making the right choice. What's your question?
How do you know whether or not you made the right choice?
Exactly. What's the answer?
You don't.
You
Until you
can't
do it.
know until when.
Until you do it.
Take action.
Exactly. Exactly.
The limited knowledge that I have in this financial world, because
And how do we get the knowledge?
Nice.
by researching.
By researching, yes. So can I offer you another perspective on that?
Sure.
Let's say there were two people and they wanted to both lose some weight. And one,
Good
hey,
job.
I'm going to research the diet plan. I'm going to research what workouts to do. I'm going to research how much water I need, how much I need to sleep, all these things. And they read the books and they read the articles and watched the videos and all those sorts of things. And then person number
Nice, dude. This is good.
2 looks it up for a little bit, does a little bit of research, but then despite knowing everything, he takes action. He starts going to the gym. He doesn't know exactly the perfect route. And and if I'm being completely honest with you, because I care about you, there is no perfect route.
Okay.
And so which person do
Yeah, she's an awesome lead.
you feel like is going to see success first in their weight loss journey?
The person that actually took action first. Yeah.
And if one of those, if those two guys were my friends, what kind of friend would I be to say to person number one, hey John, like keep doing the research, like you'll find the perfect one.
Dude, that's excellent. Now you're framed as you're trying to help her. Excellent.
Terrible friend.
And
Because the research is not doing anything.
Because being the person that we've been up until this point that thinks we need more research, but it's actually just putting us in paralysis, like what has that actually cost us? Now we're in the pain conversation. So now realize this, the puzzle is starting to get put together. She's just admitted she's the problem. She's aware now that the problem is her inability to commit. Okay? Now we layer it with what has that cost you? What has that cost you? Now she's talking about all the reasons why that way of thinking and making decisions is wrong. Okay? The byproduct of that is what?
Wasted time, money,
No? It's one word.
leverage.
Leverage to do what?
Tire down.
To do what?
Change to
Yes. Correct.
And do you see where I'm going with that?
I do. I see where
And
you're going.
where am I going with that?
You're going in the direction that taking that first step is critical. Taking that action step is critical. There's just so much that research can do because research is not getting you in. It's not getting your foot in the door. It's not getting you into action mode.
It's
So,
like putting on a treadmill, right? It's feeling like we're pushing past, but we're staying in the same spot. And so with that, it's scary. Like I get that. Is it safe to say that? Well, like one big thing is there are no guarantees. And so for you, Daphne, is it the case where you're just looking for certainty that you're going to make the right move?
You see how you derailed? Like now you're going into a different conversation.
Or you could even be inducing objections.
Yeah, I
You
don't
could be
know.
putting guarantee in their mind, actually, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would have been better here, Chris?
Back it up for a sec.
Right? It's feeling like we're pushing past, but we're staying in the same spot.
Mhm.
And so with that, it's scary. Like I get that.
Mhm.
Is it safe to say that? Well, like one big thing is
pause?
there are no guarantees.
So is it safe to say that if we continue to think this way and make decisions this way, that we will not get to the outcome that we want to get to?
Could be. Rahel, you look like you're thinking.
Well,
What
we
would
still
you
haven't
do?
got. Yeah, sorry.
No, Sam, you're good. Go.
I want to hear the master speak. You were called on, sir.
Yeah, I would overlap it. I'll say, so over the past time frame, thinking this way, XYZ has prevented us from getting outcome.
Yeah.
Are we willing to do everything in our power to change so that we can get outcome and let these things go?
Yeah. You do that after you've gotten into what that has costed her.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, cost. Yeah,
Because
cost.
cost is
What
the
has that
leverage
prevented her
for.
from achieving? What has that gotten in the way of her doing in her own life? How far back is she because of these decisions? Who else
Yeah.
is this affecting?
Because we haven't gotten pain yet, right?
Right.
Because if
No
you get
pain.
cost, then you can get cost of inaction moving forward, and then you can hit with that. So, are you willing to be resourceful? Are you willing to step out and just take action and allow someone to guide you so that you can
Exactly. Exactly. Because
There's
there's no
some-
depth right now. All we've
Mm.
done is identify that she's in paralysis and has a fear
Yeah.
of failure. That's it.
Something that I have found is helpful when giving the when talking about the concept of like how when we're doing research, we're making a bunch of progress in our mind, but we don't actually make tangible progress. Like Chris, you said, we stay in the same place. I think something that can be helpful for them to realize that is that they're actually not in the same place. In losing time and not having results, we've actually moved backwards because now the equation moving forwards is more difficult to get to where you needed to be by delaying. Because we can't get back time we've lost in the market. We have to equate for that lost time now. That's more expensive. It's more difficult. So every day we're waiting, every week, every month, every year we haven't taken action, we've moved ourselves significantly farther away from
Yes.
the goal.
Sam, that's a good point. That's why when I asked what does that cost you, that basically bridges into that. Because then they say like, well, it's been all these things for 10 years, but I can't go back there. But it's gotten even harder now, which goes back into your point, which is urgency.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
And so for you, Daphne, is it the case where you're just looking for certainty that you're going to make the right move?
Yes, it's certainty of making the right move, and also I mentioned to Brennan that it's also like a mindset that I have about trying to time the market, which I know he said is crazy.
Yeah.
But like trying to go in at the right time, you know, like not on the high, trying to get in the low.
And
Perfect time.
Daphne, with what you just said, like
AKA, Chris, it's not the right time now. I'll do it later. Which is what she's already told herself many times. Because if she could time the market, that would mean it's the perfect time to go and then I'll do it. And then I'd be successful, meaning it's higher likelihood that it would be successful if I did it then. But it's not perfect yet. Let me just wait a little bit more. That's the issue that you're overcoming.
I think we both, I think you,
Because if she recognizes that there is no perfect time and that way of thinking is wrong, does she not take the keys out of your hand? Start the car?
Daphne, know what you need to do. But like, one thing I say all the time is to become the person we want to be, we have to
Mhm.
kill the person that we are now, and those limiting mindsets and things like that. And so what do you feel like you have to do to get past this mindset of waiting for the timing or just that fear holding you back? What do you feel like you have to do to push past that?
Well, I mean, I think based on what he gave me more detail about his DCAing idea, and he actually made it make sense. So the way that he put it, it kind of helped me see that it doesn't matter when you go in, whether you go in on high or low. It's, as long as as long as you're consistent with what you're doing for the long term. In the long term, you realize profits. So.
And if like yes, okay, like that procrastination, if we keep doing that, like what's gonna happen?
Oh yeah, nothing. I'm gonna still be here in another year, I guess, still talking about researching and timing the market.
And you don't want that, right?
No, correct. I don't. I really need to.
That
I'd like to
would
start
be
What is that?
now.
And what does that actually?
right there. That'd be perfect to then capitalize on what you said, Samuel. Not only would we not, nothing would happen, but now we're even more behind. Lost time. That would be perfect right there as well.
Yep. Correct.
Actually costing you that procrastination, and it's not just money.
Besides money,
Huh.
I guess realizing goals.
Such as?
Like the goals we have for ourselves.
Okay, you're putting words in her mouth now. Let her answer. Such as what?
To
Yeah.
And
You see how she immediately, yeah? But what did she want to say? That now she's not saying because you framed it.
Something else. So I just say such as and shut up.
Yeah, such as what? Be curious. Let her tell you.
It's
and,
like
and even
it's like asking your girl, where do you want to go eat? Oh, you want to go here? And you just say like 5 different places.
Yeah, it's like walking up to somebody and being like, do you want a Coke or a Pepsi?
Or a
They're
Mountain
gonna
Dew.
pick- They're only going to pick one of the two. Right?
Binaries, Bill Walsh, man.
What if they wanted
No.
Fanta?
No Bill Walsh here, man.
I want a Sprite.
Or if you just wait and don't say anything, you're just silent, you just sit there.
Kyle's a
Mhm.
Sprite guy.
Yeah.
even if like you had the perfect plan that doesn't exist, if we have the best trainer in the world, if we don't move the weights, is it safe to say that nothing's going to happen and nothing's going to change?
Correct. Nothing will change. Exactly.
And like I hear you. Like you're not alone. And I have this conversation every single day, and it's really funny because the only people who get to where they want to be are the people.
You're telling her right now. Okay? Don't tell her. Use an analogy. Like if you and I were at the gym, as an example, 20 days from now, it's going to be January 1st. New year, new me. Excited to go to the gym. Let's go throw the weights around and lose this weight and get in the best shape of our life, like we said we would last year. If we showed up, you and I, and we surveyed the gym, there'd be fat people and there'd be people who have six-pack abs. But they're all using the same equipment. What makes the difference? Then the person tells you what determines success or failure. Okay? Oh, it's the people who are consistent. They show up. They do what they're supposed to do. They eat the right foods, etc., etc., etc. Then you look at her and you ask, so how is this any different? Or what if I told you this was no different? Are you going to be the type of person who XYZ? Because in that moment, when they recognize it, now they're empowered. Oh, wow, he's right. If I just commit, if I just do what they tell me to do, if I just put the left foot after the right foot, I'll get what I want. Which is why they're on the call. They want what they want. They're not here to be your friend. I don't care about the cross chain you got on. They want what they want. You better give it to them.
People who, despite the fear, despite not knowing what's going to happen, despite the fear of, oh, what if I make the wrong move? They lean into being uncomfortable because if you don't swing the bat, like you're going to strike out. So that fear for you that you mentioned earlier, like where do you feel like that?
You see how you can't tell them. Let them persuade themselves through asking the right questions.
I was watching, never mind.
Fear comes from for you?
In terms of everything, or in terms of this financial situation?
The fear of taking a step out of, hey, like that research, that fear of, is it a fear of failure? What's actually coming up for you?
Yes, I think that's what it is. I think it is a fear of failure. It is a fear of failure, and that's the biggest thing.
And we already talked about if we stay in that fear of failure, we're definitely not going to get to the goal, right?
Correct.
Like if nothing changes, and I'm not here to give you some guarantee. Like there are no guarantees except death and taxes. And I believe,
Except in taxes.
and I believe in Jesus, so that's another guarantee. And so,
Yes.
so like with that, Daphne, that fear of failure, walk me back to a time in your life where you didn't know the outcome, but you took the step.
Good job sticking with the process, dude. Man, if you guys would have seen one of Chris's calls like a year ago, 2 years ago, Man, I would tell this guy exactly what to do over and over and over and over, and he wouldn't do it ever. And he'd piss me off so much.
He reviewed about 65 or like 80 of my calls before I did anything.
Yeah.
And it was
And
a
he
golf
wouldn't
ball.
listen to anything, dude. Nothing, none of it. He just do whatever he wanted to do, and he sucked.
I paid him $50 a session.
Yeah, you're so much more skilled. I'm so proud of you. So much better.
And you did it anyway, and it worked out.
Like something big.
It doesn't matter, whatever comes to mind.
Okay. I'll give you an example. A few years back, I had been wanting to like go for my MBA, and I mean all sorts of fears. I'm working, so that's gonna be difficult. I don't have the time. Am I gonna be good enough? You know, how am I gonna be able to get through these classes? It's gonna be so demanding. So it was, I don't want to say crippling, but it had delayed. I had delayed it for a long time, and then something, you know, I just finally said enough is enough, and let me just give it a try. If it works, it works. If I fail, I fail. You know.
What kept you going?
Mm,
What's the answer?
I started.
No,
My goals.
no,
I don't think she's married or has children.
it doesn't matter. Who knows? What kept you going?
The fear. No.
The wanting to change.
Money.
No,
Oh,
Money.
The money.
dinero. That's what kept her going. Because if it was free,
Everybody's getting an MBA.
yeah,
Chris,
what would
you're-
happen?
Chris, you're a goon.
But this is perfect, dude.
Yeah.
So the reason she hasn't taken the step is because there's no accountability.
Yeah, she needs accountability in capital letters.
Not just with finances. Well, that's another conversation
Oh,
for another day.
one X on your paper.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's the truth. So that's checkmate right there. So what kept her going with the NBA, even though she was making the excuses that I don't have the time for this, I don't have the money for this, what if it doesn't work, was the financial commitment. Same thing here.
No, but I'm gonna move forward in fear, in other words. And that was a big accomplishment because I pushed myself, I did my best, and it came out successful. So yeah.
It came out successful. And
Mhm.
I know we just met 20 minutes ago, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And so pushing
Thank you.
past that fear of not knowing is this going to work out, if you would not have pushed past that fear, would you have gotten through that and gotten your MBA?
Nice.
No,
Mhm.
we would still be here. We would be here 3 years later talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so with all due respect,
Okay. When she says no, I would not have. Follow-up question is what?
What would that have cost you?
No.
what was
No.
it? Was it worth it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
Kyle.
you say it was worth it?
I
Stepping
sometimes
past the fear.
I just missed that one.
It's okay. But why do we ask that?
So that they know despite the fear, the outcome's worth it. So they can push that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly correct.
Daphne, because I care about you. What's the difference here?
What's the difference here? The difference here, I think, I don't know, you're right.
Okay, don't let her analytical mind get in the way. But that's why we talk about like what kept you going even though it sucked. Financial commitment. Right?
Because I was gonna say
You
knowledge,
believe me?
but I didn't have the knowledge.
If I said there is no difference?
I think so. I think you're right. There's a difference.
Okay. And like, why do you agree with me? Like, I'm not here to put words in your mouth.
No, because I was gonna say the difference is knowledge, you know, not knowing really that much about stocks, about indexes, about ETFs and all of that. But at the same time, when I was thinking about doing my studying the program, I didn't know anything about that either. So it's the
Nice. Nice.
same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Okay. And so the question is, are you tired of what you're doing now and are you ready to make a change?
Well, you could easily go into, well, what gave you confidence that you'd made the right decision getting your MBA?
Oh,
Can you say that again?
Yeah, how did you become more confident in knowing that you made the right decision getting your MBA?
Hmm.
Was it from researching MBAs or committing?
You get more confident when you actually take action.
Yep. And when you
Yeah.
tie finances into what you're doing, you increase the likelihood that you actually do it,
Mm.
right?
Kids don't care about the stuff you just give them. They don't take care of it.
Exactly right. You want to raise spoiled, rotten brat kids, just give them whatever they want when they ask for it.
How do you convey that on a call, Tristan, about the financial aspect?
Well, I would have asked her, like, what kept you going with
And
the
if
MBA?
it's a struggle to get the money answer out.
Then you could spoon feed it. If they whiff a waffle, like you ask a really good question, they're like, "Why? I don't know." Then you would say, "Was it like the financial aspect?
Mm.
The fact that thousands of dollars were going out every single year so that you get the information?
Mm.
Because you're not just paying for information, right? You're not just lighting your money on fire so you get more knowledge. You're doing it so that you can make more money,
Yeah.
right? So just like with what we're talking about right now, that goes hand in hand with the whole debt thing. You're not just lighting $6,000 on fire. You're utilizing the money so that you can learn how to make more money,
Mm.
so that you can have what you want, right? Why do you take a girl out on dates? Does it say you can just spend money on food and watch someone else eat food?
you can make out.
Yeah, I hope not. But it's the same thing, dude. Like we tie our finances into what matters to us.
Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
And if I can ask, what kind of shifted for you to make you want to make those changes? Because, the procrastination is a really, can hold a lot of people back in that fear as well. So like what sort of shifted for you to make you feel like, hey, I can't keep doing this anymore?
I think when I've been on Instagram for a while, like researching and seeing people talking about, oh, you should get into these index funds, you should do this, and this is how you should do that. And like I felt not felt I clicked on Budget Dog, the Instagram account, and I guess I saw, and what really clicked for me was the financial freedom that Brennan had, like with him.
Yep. I want what he has.
What
Is
way
that
do you
someone?
not have freedom now?
Exactly. Is that someone who currently has freedom right now that they want, or is that someone who does not? Then you just go straight into that conversation. When you look at the life that Brennan has in comparison to the life that you have, what comes up for you?
Hmm.
What's different?
Or like, do you feel like you have financial freedom now? Obviously no. But then now they've explicitly said that they don't have freedom.
Yeah. This is good, dude. Some sauce.
His family. I mean, learning about obviously the hardships that he had in the beginning and how he was able to get himself out of it, and how now he's on his own time. He's doing his own things. So I kind of want that. I kind of want that.
Yeah. And even when
Do you kind of want that, or do you want it?
Yeah, I caught that a second. Yeah. I catch it now, not on the call, but now I do.
you don't have the knowledge, is it fair to say that like you have to take that step outside of like what you don't know, so that like you don't know until you actually do it, right?
Correct.
And so
Correct.
being that we know that,
Do you think, like, when you look at Brennan's life, was he 100% guaranteed to get to the position that he's in right now?
That's like the Warren Buffett thing, and that'll land for her because she really looks up to Brennan already.
Exactly. Exactly.
and kind of like you mentioned, seeing I'm seeing Brendan, like he didn't know everything then, he doesn't know everything now.
Talking. You're talking to her. Ask a question. Like, how do you think he got to the position that he's in?
But he took action despite not knowing.
Yes.
And like that's life, right? Like I can't guarantee tomorrow.
So the big, and dude, you're doing like, this is like night and day from how calls used to go. That next level for you is ask questions. Don't make statements.
tomorrow. I can't guarantee we make it into this call. Like that's not how life works. And so
Exactly.
the person that you want to become, like remember I said earlier, to become the person we want, we have to kill the person we are now.
The person we are. Yes.
And so
Okay.
like the biggest difference in the person that you want to be versus Daphne right now.
Action. Actually doing it.
Action.
Taking action.
Because
In here.
we line our decisions and actions and commitments align with where we are now. And if what we're doing is already failing, well, what's the only other decision to make?
Well, it's like the version of Ashley who is actually stepping up and taking action on her goals and isn't allowing the fear to get in the way and put her in paralysis. What life does she achieve? And then you just go into, how does that compare to where we're at now? When you look at the life you have now, what comes up for you?
To take action. Move forward.
Take action. And like, yes, it's scary. It's something that we haven't done before, but you've done something like this in the past and you've succeeded. And so are you ready to swing the bat for yourself and actually push through the fears now?
I am. I sure am, Chris.
Okay. And so now that, with like I'm outside of you seeing Budget Dog and seeing Brendan and his success, like I appreciate you sharing that. I'm kind of outside of that. What kind of personally, like for you, like if you don't mind me asking, kind of made you feel like I want to like make these changes?
Is there saying
The main thing that you sidestepped with her was like current pain, the impact of these choices, the paralysis. That was the biggest thing that's been missed.
I don't know why I didn't get into that.
Still great. Still great.
Well, identity just fixes everything anyway. So you've done most of the work.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Like there's no doubt in her mind that her way of thinking is wrong.
for me, I guess the financial
Chris, why
freedom,
did you ask
part
this
of
question though? What are you trying to get from this?
Yeah, honestly, I wish I had some badass answer for you. I just think, oh, I'm stuck. Let me come up with something random, and I just so
Okay, yeah.
good
I
question.
thought so, yeah.
I should know. Wish I did.
job wise and not having to do the 9 to 5 grind forever. Being able to have a little more flexibility and being able to do things.
Yeah. So doing the 9 to 5 grind right now, what's that preventing you from achieving in your own life? Like, how is that impacting you on a day-to-day? How's that affecting you? Where else is that showing up? Besides you, who else is this affecting?
Things that I love or I want to do, travel, I mean, not having to like be driving in traffic for 2 hours
Freedom.
every day.
This is where we get into like, walk me back to the last time you were X.
I may have done that, and she is in Miami, by the way.
Where I could be home or doing a hobby that I like, just the financial freedom. I think the freedom to give me the time to do things that I love. And
And so is it fair to say that if we keep
What are the things that you want to do that you cannot do now? What are the experiences that you want to have that you cannot currently? With who?
keep doing what we're doing now, Daphne, we're not going to get there.
if we keep doing what we're doing now, we're gonna stay where we are. I think,
And do you think, or
yeah, we're not
Okay, good job.
getting further. I mean,
And so that financial freedom to be able to do the things you want, not sit in traffic for 2 hours and become the person that you want who takes the action despite not knowing and actually getting to where you want to be. Like, we know that our current mindset and current way about making decisions and thinking about things, like we know that's not going to get us there. And
Once again, telling.
now we know the mindset that we have to take action despite knowing the outcome. But like another thing is if
Well, what is the mindset that she has to have?
I'm taking action despite not knowing.
She would have to tell us.
So could I just make it a question, be like, if the mindset is, what do we have to do? Or like, if this,
What is the mindset?
You have
What
to be
is the mindset?
specific with the things that she says.
Yeah.
nothing changes. And so if you continue to, and like once the motivation's gone, once I'm not here, all these things, like once those fears start to come back up, like what if nothing changes in 2 years and you're having the same conversation with someone else? Like what does life look like if you weren't able to change the mindset and change the way you're going about doing things now?
I guess that would be very disappointing. That would be very disappointing because, today the thing with looking ahead, it also kind of makes me look back, for example, and thinking, had I been able to do this 10 years ago, for example, I would be so much further right now in terms of financial freedom. So looking back, and I know we shouldn't be looking back, obviously, but looking back shows you that, repeating past mistakes is not going to help for the future. So why not just take action now? And then in 2 years, in 10 years, I'll be able to see and realize something more. I certainly won't be where I am now.
Yeah. But like, if you did though, like, how would you feel knowing that you continued to be, quite frankly, paralyzed by the analysis paralysis?
Fear.
Like the fear, like,
That-
what is that?
that would
like,
be-
how would that feel, Daphne, knowing that you could have done more, but you just didn't?
That would suck, honestly. It would.
And it also sucked the other day when I stubbed my toe. I mean, what would be the suckiest part about it for you, Daphne?
Nice.
I probably. I mean, if we're talking about in terms, okay, I don't want to only think in terms of money, because it's not just about money, obviously.
Well, it's the decisions around that to get to the freedom that you're looking for.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if in 2 years you're saying I continued that analysis paralysis and did nothing, looked back and saw that I had done nothing, I'm at almost the same location, it would be depressing. It would be very, I don't say demoralizing, but in that realm, because I had a chance, I had an opportunity to, to take a step, to move forward, whether afraid or not afraid, in fear or not, and I didn't. And obviously I would see people who did the same thing and had greater success.
And
So-
Who would be most affected if that were the case?
definitely, like, I appreciate your honesty. Like, I appreciate you being honest. And like, I just want you to know, like, I see you. You're not alone. And I have true conviction that we can help you. And so all that to the side for just a moment, most people are willing to settle for just continuing doing what they're doing and be okay, I'll just make it by and keep doing that. They wake up and like, oh man, like, why'd I settle? And so, like, being that most people do settle, if that were to happen 2 years down the road, if nothing changed and you didn't make the changes, would you be willing to settle for that reality?
No.
It's not going to get to where they want to be.
Correct.
And so, although I am glad you're here, don't mistake that. This call, with all due respect, will just a second. To kind of, assess things on the logistical side. I know we've done a lot of, I'm getting through the fear and the procrastination. So let's do, after bills and expenses, what's sort of left over every single month?
Maybe reminding myself that.
Pause.
And it's not going to be perfect.
I think we do this for like 3 minutes and then pitch, and then just the end.
Okay, she closed. So
Was it pretty objection? Was there any objections, Chris?
There was fear, and she wanted payment plan. I said, hey, do you want the best chance for success? Yes. Do you need a payment plan? No. I used a personal experience of investing into myself. And then she's like, okay, let's do it. And then she's on the page and she's click process and it's spinning for like 3 minutes. And I'm like, dear Lord, please let this go through. And I'm like, hey, have y'all experienced that, or am I crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get him to do it on the computer now, not on the phone. The phone spins for me for a while.
Jeez. So I had her close the tab and do it again. And then yeah. So
If not, Chris, one thing to do is just talk about something in their life, like interesting. Even
hey,
if you don't
see the
care, just talk
Lakers
about something.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Miami Heat? Like, whoa, tell me more.
Kyle, you'll like this. I literally said, hey, do you know why Brennan calls it budget dog?
Yeah, I usually talk about myself. Like, I did that yesterday when I was coaching somebody, and they were like going through stuff and typing it. I was like, yeah, so my parents are coming to Thailand. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. They're like, oh wow, you just gotta bring something else up.
Dude, you should be like, do I sound like I'm from Nebraska?
Yeah, Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I'm from. I can get the accent if I need it.
Remember I was talking about Warren? That's actually my dad.
Yeah, he's actually an uncle. There was a mistress once upon a time, but we're not supposed to talk about it.
Hey, did you know that we're gonna watch this call with like 7 other people tomorrow?
Oh,
Why do you
man.
guys get like, is this live streamed? Do you just get that?
You know what I say? For like,
No.
this isn't going anywhere. I was like, we're not doing anything with it after, but I have been live streaming this on every social media platform. I hope that's okay.
For quality
Yeah.
insurance
And then they sit there and I'm like, I'm obviously joking. And then it's just
Yeah, that's what I do too. And they get like scared for a second. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, but is this gonna be like everywhere on Instagram stuff? Like,
This one lady said they didn't want anything go anywhere because of the IRS and different stuff, and they're like waiting on getting their papers. And it's like the only place we do have to report to is the IRS. And she like froze. It's like, I'm joking. You're good. I just talked about wanting to save you money on taxes so it doesn't go to gender studies in the Congo. I don't want them to know anything. And they're like,
dude, let's crush the day.
Come on.
Best team in high ticket. Let's make it happen.
Hell yeah.
let's go.
Love you guys. Have fun on your calls. Help some people. And I'll see you in payment success.
I'm sweating over here, guys.
Later, boys.